Hi there, and welcome to this episode of Consciousness Fucking Empowerment. In these videos, we talk about consciousness, the law of attraction, and how to reach your fucking dreams, baby. This one's gonna be a good one. That's the thumbnail. I'm going to teach you about enjoying the process and getting in flow state, okay? Enjoying the process. I'm gonna give you some beliefs, some credos that are gonna help you with this because it's been helping me. I've been living it this past couple of months, I could say years now, probably a year, almost gonna be a year. And here's one. Intent with freedom of outcome. What's your intent? You want money? You want more women? A romantic partner? Health? You want to get better at a certain skill? That's your intent. I intend to have more money. I intend to have more baddies in my life. I intend to have amazing health and have a muscular body. I intend to be a master businessman. These are actual intentions that I have, okay? So that's the intention. Whatever your intentions are, you know them, you declare them, and now work towards them with freedom of outcome. So how do you get that, right? We'll go that into next. I'm gonna give you another credo, and you do that by being in flow state, okay? But I'll get into how to get into flow state next. Another credo is one that Wes Watson shares in his book. I forget the name. I think the name of the book is called Non-Negotiable, and he says this: the man who takes more pride in the steps to attain the result than the result itself cannot be stopped. I'm gonna leave it there. The man who takes more pride in the steps it takes to obtain the result than the result itself cannot be stopped. I know I said them a little slightly different because the first quote, I said it a certain way that he wrote it in one part of the book, but the main thing is the main thing, which is enjoy the process, okay? Enjoy the process. Why did I sound like that? Process. I said process. And you'll get the result because you're enjoying the process. You're not complaining or bitching and getting frustrated about the result. I know that experience. I've been through that. Enjoy the process. So you need to instill these beliefs before you've actually, so that you can embody them, okay? You can say it one day and you'll embody it, but the next day you might revert back. So you need to keep on doing it constantly. That's why I like to print out the quotes and just read them. You know, oh shoot, I need to read this quote. I need this, right? I need this. So whatever you're trying to manifest, and there's a quote that resonates for that, adopt it. What I'm teaching you are the laws of the universe, so they're universal. They apply to everything. Okay? This applies to fitness, this applies to getting more women, this applies to money. Intent with freedom of outcome. Or the man who takes more pride in the steps it takes to obtain the result than the result itself can never be stopped. And I want to give you one more credo, one more quote, one more maxim on, because there's something percolating that I need to say. Got it. This is more of an analogy of enjoying the process, and that is the artist enjoys the creation and the painting process more than the result. You've ever created a drawing? It's so much fun. You're so absorbed into it. And then when you get it, you're like, oh, wow, that was so much fun. Let's do it again. So it's not about the fucking painting. It's about, or the result of the painting. It's about the creation process, the painting process. Same with building your body. You get the result, but yeah, it's about the process. It's about the working out. That's where you have the joy. That's where you have the flow, okay? That's where you're flowing. Same with women. When you're approaching, talking, kissing, flirting, fucking, and then when you ejaculate, and it's like, all right, that was it, but that was really fun. What's my next conquest? Okay. Of course, have restrictions, because too much pleasure is actually I don't want to say imbalance, but it can lead you to bad circumstances. Alcohol, gluttony, addictions, addictions to, because if you get addicted to sex, I've never been addicted to sex, but you could stop going to work, you can stop your relationships, you can stop caring about your family, things like that you have responsibilities for that are very important actually, So, keep that in mind. It's about the process, okay? Like building a business, it's the process, the client acquisition, creating the content, and then when you get your goal, like, oh, that's not goal, I got it already. I got the 100,000 grand or whatever, millions. All right, I want to get some more now because it's the process of being and becoming, okay? So now I want to go on to the next thing. How do you get a flow state, okay? The way I know of how to do it is going to the gym. It's fun, but it's also challenging, okay? And you forget about time. The key of being in flow state is that you forget about time. In contrast, the times when I'm not in flow state is when I'm somewhere just sitting down waiting on somebody else. So a perfect example of this, in my experience, is being at the DMV. You get a card number or whatever, waiting for the card. It takes 30 minutes. It could be just 5 minutes. You just never know. And you're waiting. You're like, oh man, this drags. So what I do, I typically just read a book, But that example of just sitting there is not challenging. Okay, and it's not fun. For you, the fun might be painting. Like the painting example, playing the guitar. You're like, oh man, I messed up that whatever, I messed it up. Oh, I didn't read it right. I thought it was this. Okay, let me do it again. 2 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours pass fucking by, and you're like, what the fuck? But now you just created something, all right? You just created something. You completed it, and it was fun. It's joyful. You were in flow state. Same with the baddie. When I'm with the baddie, I'm talking. I'm not worried about the time unless you're like really in your head. That's another key thing about men and women dynamics. If you're a man watching this, a man is the embodiment of presence. If you're not present, if you're in your head, you're thinking about, oh, what time is it? I gotta go. Or is this girl like me? Am I gonna fuck? All this weird stuff, and you're not just present and just enjoying the moment. She's gonna get the fucking ick factor. They'll be like, this guy's. All right? And they can actually feel it. They're really good at feelings and intuition. I just spit. That's the first. But I'm just in flow state. I'm enjoying this right now. Okay? So be present. Okay? Women can be present too. Okay? Women can be present too. And when it comes to that dynamic, that's how it is. That's flow state. Doing something you enjoy, or doing something that's just difficult, kind of difficult, not too hard, but you're still kind of getting through the process, and it's difficult. But I think the sweet spot is having both of them. It's doing something that you like, that's fun for you, and it's a little difficult, a little challenging, okay? And that's how I would formulate it, but the best way to know is to go through it. What are things that you do, maybe it's reading a book, that you just get lost in it and you forget about time? That's flow state, okay? You're flow state. You're enjoying it and you forget about all the negativity that's going on in your life, Okay. So I hope you like this one. I spoke about how to enjoy the process, and that's by taking in on new belief, those credos, those quotes, those maxims. They're universal. That's a universal law, okay? It's a universal law. Intent with freedom of outcome equals results, okay? Intent with freedom of outcome equals results. Why? Because you're not in a lack state. You're not in your fucking head and thinking about the result. Like, I need it. That's lack and limitation is not going to get you it ever, okay? And then I spoke about getting in flow state. So that's actually putting that into practice, okay? Oh, espérate, papá. No salir. My cat is crying right now. You might have heard him. He wants to get out, but he can't get out. He's a house cat. He's not a street cat. Last time he went out to the streets, he came back scratched up with a messed up arm and just couldn't even walk on his arm. But the next day he was okay. Hope you like this one. I love you. And until next time, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I love you. Peace.